I would like to welcome you all for our webinar session today. Um, I'm Ishita Patel, the organizer of the webinar. I have our presenter with me, Hemangi Goel. Our topic for our webinar is email engagement in Microsoft D365 sales. I would like to take 2 minutes of your time before we start our webinar and introduce our company and what we do. So we are Dynamic Stars, a sister concern company of the Consulting Services. We are a new and improved center of excellence, and we have been working with partners around the world. And currently, we provide our services for Microsoft Dynamics 365, Power Platform, and technology solutions. We are a partner centric company, and we work with Microsoft partners. We serve Microsoft partners throughout the D365 ecosystem. We aim to be one-stop solution for Microsoft partners for all their needs regarding D365 ecosystem. These are the Microsoft Dynamics products that we deal with. That includes ERP solutions such as D365 Business Central, Finance, Supply Chain Management, Commerce, Human Resource, CRM solutions like D365 Sales, Marketing, Field Service, Customer Service. And apart from that, we also develop and integrate these D365 ERP and CRM solutions with Power Platform, wherein we include Power Automate, Power BI, Power Apps, Power Virtual Agents, and we also provide Azure and Lifecycle services as well. For these Microsoft Dynamics products, these are the services that we provide. We provide implementation services, that is end-to-end implementation. Specifically for Business Central, we provide rapid implementation services. We also provide support services that include solution maintenance and backend support. We do add-on development, such as providing research and development for add-ons, providing support for add-on developments. We also do custom development for our partners and their clients. We do system re-engineering and upgrades. We have done various upgrades from older version to the newer version. We do migrations and re-engineering and re-implementations as well. We also help our partners with integration services such as mobile integration, web applications, customer and vendor portals, EDI integrations, e-commerce integrations, and such. We also provide licensing and training services. We also do developments of reports and dashboards. So that is it from my side. I would like to invite Hemangi and take over and start with the webinar.
Thank you, Ishita. Good morning, everyone. My name is Hemangi Gohil, and today I'm working as an application developer in Dynamic Stars. And today I'm going to share my knowledge about email engagement in Microsoft Dynamic 365 sales. So, without any speculation, let's start the topic. So, what is email engagement? Email engagement is a suite of powerful email features that provide intelligence about emails that you send to leads and contacts. For example, as a seller, constantly you want to improve the productivity of your sales processes while ensuring the best customer experience. And in order to manage your relationship with the customer, you need to gauge recipient interest and you need to take timely action when it will appropriate, as well as it will help you to manage your client relationship. Next is how does email engagement help you to sell better? So you are able to see that when the recipients open your messages, click a link or send any reply. You are able to receive an alert that when the first time recipients open your message. You can also schedule the most effective delivery time and receive advice for the best time based on the recipient's time zone. One thing that you have to remember that the only mails that are sent from Dynamic 365 are considered for email engagement analysis. So what is the purpose? So in this webinar, I will demonstrate the email engagement features of Dynamic 365 Sales, where I will send an email from Dynamic 365 Sales against a lead, and I will check that if the email is not open in a specific time period, then we will send follow-up email to the recipient. So here, these are the components that I will be going to use that are Power Apps and Power Automate. So to use that functionality, you have to enable the email engagement option. Let's move to the configuration steps of an email engagement. Step 1. Enable email engagement. So let's see that where we can enable this email engagement functionality in Dynamic 365 Sales. So first of all, you have to open your Sales Hub app. After that, you have to select the Sales Insight setting. Here, under the productivity, there is one option which is email engagement. You have to select this option. As you see, I have already enabled this functionality for our webinar. So you have to enable this functionality. Next is step 2. Step 2 is about enable test and enable mailbox. So if you are a new user of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Sales, then you have to enable this option. So let's see where we enable this functionality. So here you have to select this advanced setting. After that, under the setting, there is one option which is email configuration. You have to select that this one. After that, you have to go to the mailboxes. Here you are getting your active mailboxes. You have to open that one, and you are able to see that there is option which is test and enable mailbox. So you have to select this and press OK. So once CRM is configured and enable this functionality, then I will get the test email in my respective Outlook. So let's see whether I'm getting any mail or not. So yes, here I'm getting the mail. That is, my mailbox is now connected to Dynamic 365. Let's move to the step 3. So step 3 is consideration for email tracking. So some aspects of the email engagement feature might be visible in sales even when feature is turned off. So this includes follow email grid. So let's see this grid in sales. So for that, I'm opening my sent emails. Here, you are able to see that the recipient activities, that how many times a recipient opens your mails, how many times they clicked a link, or how many replies is you got from recipient. After that, the out of the box version of the account contact and lead forms all include the followed email grid. So let's see this grid in sales. So here you have to open any lead contact or account. So I'm opening my old. So here you have to select the details tab. Under the details tab, there is one grid which is contact method. So here we want to follow an email activity of a recipient, then by default it will allowed. But if you don't want to follow the email activity of the recipient, then simply you have to select this do not allow option and just save and close this your lead account or contact. So while the email engagement feature is disabled, this all the features will still appear. Let's move to the step 4. Step 4 is about create and send email messages. When the email engagement is enabled in your organization, all of the controls required to create and send an email with some or all its features enabled are available on the new email page. So let's create and send email against a lead. So here I'm creating a new lead and I'm giving the topic name which is webinar. And the first name would be, I'm giving Amy, and I'm giving this email ID. So here I'm giving this system email ID because I want this email in my Outlook. So I'm giving this and just save this. So next I'm creating email activity. So let's create an email. So here you are able to see the email engagement grid. So first is recipient activity will be followed. So this indicates that the current email will be followed. If recipient activity you don't need to, means you don't want to follow, then just select this do not follow link. Second one is schedule email to be sent a later time. So you can choose the most effective delivery time. Let's see that what is happening. So here according to my requirement, I'm selecting the date and time. So if I want to select this date on 25, so I just select this date and on which time I have to send that mail. So I am able to schedule this mail by using this option. Third option is a set a reminder to follow up on this email. So when I select this option, so there is three condition. First is if I do not receive any reply by. So this triggers the reminder if no reply has been received by the specific time and date. The second one is if the email is not opened by. So the trigger remind if the message is not opened by the receivers that in specific date and time. And third one remind me anyways means triggers the reminder specified time and date. The next is insert template button. So by using this button, you are able to insert various templates, and email engagement provides an advice on which template to choose based on the previous performance. So here taking the I'm giving the subject name which is regarding webinar, and giving the subject, oh sorry, body is good morning. Let's send this email. So I'm getting this mail on my Outlook as well because we enable the functionality which is test and enable mailbox. So let's see whether I'm getting a mail or not. So as you see now, I'm getting an email. So how I will know whether the customer will open my email or not. So for that, let's read the email and send the reply. So I'm just open this email and sending as reply as a hi, a very good morning. And let's refresh the email page. So here I'm opening my activity and here my sent emails. So yes, I'm just opening this email. So here you are able to see that I'm getting open counts and reply counts of that email that the recipients opened once this email and I got one reply from the recipients. So by using this email engagement, we are able to know that the recipient is opening a mail or not. So not all the time I will open this lead and contact account and just create a email and send again and again. So for that I'm using a automate flow to check the email is open or not. So let's see that flow on Power Automate. So here I created a schedule flow. So my requirement is that uh, like today date is 23. So I want a list of that records whose date is on 21. So for that I'm creating this scheduling flow. It will trigger every day at a specified time. S- After that, for getting a past date, selecting get past date action, and I'm giving 2 days interval because I want 2 business days difference. After that, I'm selecting compose action because in get past date I have I'm getting output as a date and time as well. So I don't want any time. So for that I'm using this expression substring expression, and by using this I'm able to get a date only. After that I'm using the third entity which is follow pages. So why I'm selecting this for third entity? Because it by it is help me to store the data of email messages, as well as it is help to track the data. So for that I'm using this third entity, and let's see the third entity in. So here you are able to see that the open counts of the email messages I will store here, and the date, as well as store the email messages ID. After that, for getting open counts and email messages ID, I'm selecting this get a row by ID action. So here I'm getting the email messages open count. After that, I'm selecting add a new row in email messages action. So why I'm selecting this action? So I'm selecting this action for creating a new email messages. Here I'm giving the static ID because I want email on my email ID. Otherwise, you, you will able to put the dynamic as well. And after that, giving the description. Then you have to select this following yes, because if you want to follow the recipient's activity, then you have to follow this yes. After that, I'm giving the subject as a reminder, and by using perform bound action I will send this email. If you want to that the recipient get email in their Outlook as well, so you have to select this yes option. So let's test this flow manually, and let's see what will happen. So I have two records in my third entity which has a open count equals to 0 and 1. So here when I flow this manually, then I will get only one email. So let's see what will happen. So my flow is running. Okay. It will run successfully, and you are able to see that here in output I'm getting of one record which has a open count equals to 0, and I'm getting only one record. So why I'm getting one record? Because here in uh, get rows I'm giving a condition that one is date equals to output, means the record who has a date equals to 21, and the record who has a open count equals to 0. It can it will be I'm getting the list of those records only. That's why I'm getting the one record. So next is step 6 about configure individuals' privacy and preferences. So, some types of customer have a special privacy or security concern and may therefore request that you don't use any email following features when you communicate with them. And you can easily disable this feature for specific customers by setting the email following option for the contact, lead, or account record. So, email following is enabled by default for all records. So let's see in sales. So as I discussed in the leads, you have to go open your leads and go to the detail tab here under the contact method grid. If you want to allow email activity against lead contacts accounts, then you don't need to make any changes here because the by default it will be allowing. So if you don't want any email activity or phone activity or bulk mail activity, then you have to select this do not allow option for that and just save and close your lead account or contact. So any questions?
Thank you, Hemangi. Now we have an open forum for questions. So do let us know if you have any questions regarding the webinar. Yes.
Yeah, just one question. What if, as per the privacy and preferences, which denies to share such details like I say, for example, I am the lead contact and the sales email sent to me. Okay, then what if my organization says that we should not share the read receipts to other or sales? So can we handle that?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? So if you have any questions, you can mention them down in the chat and we can definitely help you out with those answers. I would like to thank everybody present here for joining us. We are going to have series of webinars ahead. We'll look forward to meeting you in those webinars. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day ahead.